Okay, so I know I've talked a lot about Kickstarter games that either ghost or scam their communities, and I've said it multiple times. While those types of videos are absolutely necessary in order to keep developers responsible, they also take a lot out of me when it comes to making them. That being said, something that doesn't take a whole lot out of me is pointing out when certain developers commit absolute chattery by not only delivering everything promised, but also going above and beyond. The developer behind Siralim Ultimate, the fourth major installment in the dungeon crawling, monster fusion, and of course monster taming franchise, Zach at Thylacine Studios is one such chad. So not only did the game have a Kickstarter that at the time even I thought was like too good to be true, the game promised over 1,000 monsters, thousands of different collectibles, hundreds of spell gems and artifacts, and a ton of different classes, quests, and more. But they met all expectations and now are even going further, like way beyond what's expected or even necessary. So for those that don't know, the developer recently put out a survey asking people what they want to see for the future of Siralim Ultimate, as if it didn't already go above and beyond with regards to content, and they had this to say in response via a blog post. Thanks to everyone who participated in the survey. With over 500 responses, your insights will pave the way towards a new future for Siralim Ultimate, as well as our other games. Many of the responses took me by surprise, but let's jump to the part of the blog you probably care about most: more content for Siralim Ultimate. The dev blog then goes to go into some stuff that people are asking for, like a backer shop to be reopened, which, as you can see on screen, is happening. Feel free to pause if you want to read all this. And then he went into some of the potential additions coming to the game, which reads as follows. Unsurprisingly, most respondents were interested in new content, particularly extra game modes chosen when you start new save file. Here are a few examples of some new game modes, but please remember these are all in the idea phase and are subject to change or might not even make it into the final version of the game at all. Keep in mind, again, guys, Siralim Ultimate is in full access. It is a full game, so when he says the final version of the game, he just means full access. Sandbox mode gives you instant access to all creatures, spells, decorations, cards, and more. This is great for testing. Ruthless mode, the mode features fewer drop items, faster scaling difficulty, and other tweaks to slow the game down a bit, while making everything feel a bit more rewarding. The name of this mode was borrowed from the same one in Path of Exile, so if you've played that, you should have some expectations there. Story skip mode, you'll start at level 1, but all story quests will be finished and certain features will be unlocked immediately. Randomizer mode, you'll be able to randomize all kinds of different things, such as creatures that spawn in each realm, the content of shops, and much more. Calm mode, this mode aims to make battles feel less hectic by reducing maximum number of actions that can be taken, such as the number of attacks and casts that can be done in one turn. Several traits and other effects will be modified as well to make it more difficult to reach these new limits as well. I have some ideas that are really creative and experimental as well, but I'd rather not reveal them until I'm sure I can make them work. These modes can be mixed and matched for personalized gaming experiences. We're also planning to unlock some new content through stretch goals in our backer shop akin to the Kickstarter campaign. Now, obviously not everything listed here will be coming, but just the fact that they're adding content at all that will be free for players, even the store-bought content that will add stuff like new skins and whatnot, will be accessible to everyone, not just those that paid into it, is just astounding and honestly gives me hope for the future of monster taming Kickstarter projects. The campaign in general had a lot of green flags when it did launch that we can learn from when backing future Kickstarter games. The developer already had 3 major installments to the franchise, which were all public before the Kickstarter campaign, so you knew that they were serious about what they were doing. And despite how crazy the amount of content is in the game and how it sounded, it did make sense when considering the fact that the game isn't some crazy open world RPG, but instead is a more confined dungeon crawling game with randomly generated areas. I think a lot of Kickstarter developers should look up to people like Zach, because it's devs like him that keep the faith when it comes to these Kickstarter-funded games. Also of note is that Zach is working on a future title that I believe is not related to Siralim at all, and had the following to say. I want to be very clear that everything I mentioned in this post will have minimal impact on the development of our next game. I have a lot of help behind the scenes these days, and I am confident that I have the time and resources available to devote to both games and give both the attention they deserve. I enjoy game development so much that working on one game feels like a nice break from working on the other. This year is going to be massive for us, and I can't wait to share more information very soon. Stay tuned for more updates and reveals. And that's that. I wanted to make a video about this because I feel like Zach deserves way more recognition and credit for all he's done for the monster taming community. He's been a pioneer of the genre for at least around a decade at this point, and has proven time and time again to be a competent dev with the best interests of the entire community in mind. I really hope you guys will show Thylacine Studios your support for their future title, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you get notified when any new information is available, as I'll be there on the forefront to bring it to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I quickly just wanted to say special thanks to our supporters, especially Jim Hamilton, Dro Ghost, Candy Morency, TragSoft, and Nemo, and I'll see you next time. Peace.